Welcome to the MILSET World Virtual Summit 2021. We are very excited. It's our third day of activities. We have already gathered MILSET members in the round tables to discuss a better future for MILSET. And today we have fantastic conferences. This event has been organized for leaders from institutions, organizations, ministries of education, corporations, and all people interested in STEM education. The idea is to give you some material and information to learn more, and to be able to give our youth from around the world more opportunities to love STEM. So today we will be streaming live from UPAEP University Convention Center in Mexico. The channels you can watch us through, it's MILSET Facebook, MILSET YouTube channel, our partners' social media. So please watch. Don't miss anything of this fantastic program that we have for you today. And of course, we would like to thank MILSET authorities, the MILSET Executive Committee, MILSET Regional Executive Committees, STEM Movement, UPAEP University, our sponsors, and of course, all the volunteers who have supported this event, MILSET staff. Thank you very much to everybody for helping us gathering such amazing people in this event. And now I am going to give the floor to Ms. Vera Suarez, MILSET Managing Director, who will present our fantastic next speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Liz. It's amazing to be here again. It's the third day, and we are still having a lot of surprises for all of you. In this moment, I will start introducing our next speaker, that is Laura Segura. Laura is a psychologist with more than 10 years of experience in creating, operating, and managing projects for non-profit organizations that work with educational strategies, mainly aimed at women, disabilities, entrepreneurship, and promotion of STEM education. She has certifications in innovation and development of non-profit organizations and a diploma in comprehensive care for disabilities. In Movimiento STEM, she has participated in the strengthening and consolidation of institutional strategies, as well as in the coordination and operation of research and research collaborations carried out by the institution with various actors from the private initiative, business organizations, civil society, academia, national and international non-governmental organizations, research centers, and educational institutions at the global level. So today we are so glad to receive Laura Segura with her conferences. Laura, the mic is yours.
Thank you so much, Bere. My name is Laura Segura, as Bere already said. I'm research and institutional strengthening manager here in Movimiento STEM. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about Movimiento STEM. We are a Mexican nonprofit association which, by transforming the minds of key players, promotes STEM education and talent, the jobs of the future, and innovation with a social and inclusive vision. We are the highest representative body of the STEM ecosystem in Latin America, and we are an initiative endorsed by Global STEM Alliance and STEM Learning Ecosystems. I am really pleased to be here. I appreciate MILSET's invitation to participate, and we are going to discover the importance and urgency to have talent that is connected to the future, not only of employment, but also of the planet. Hopefully, you're going to reflect on your own preparedness to see if you are ready to compete against a robot. So I'd like you to join me on this picture of where our planet is now and what it will be looking like in a few years. So I'm wondering if you already know that we are facing really important economical and social challenges, as well as ecological. And this will result, for instance, in millions of people not being able to obtain a food source. We are already seeing countries that are affected by shortages of fresh water, and well, this will get worse. We're not, it seems like we're not moving forward with this. And actually, this might be already affecting your own city. And poverty was thought to be a problem we would only find in certain countries or regions. The reality is that it reaches half of the world's population. This is, of course, a very important issue to be addressing. So what is the world doing about this? The UN, along with governments and diverse actors, created in 2015 the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, and it has 17 great goals prioritizing people, planet, peace, prosperity, and partnership. So this is a way that our new generations and even our generation can address these challenges very specifically. The thing is that the world is seeing something that has never seen before. They are the first, these generations are the first ones that could end extreme poverty, but the last ones that can cope with climate change. That is, if we fail to influence this generation, simply as humanity, we will not have succeeded. Unfortunately, these are not the only challenges we will face. I'm sure you've heard about the fourth industrial technological revolution, which humankind has been transiting for a few years now, and that will continue to do so for some more years. What does this entail for us? I'm going to play a really short video, and I would like you to reflect on what we can see here.
But Holland comes in for a pit stop. Time to refuel and change tires. Lou Moore himself changes the tires. Only 4 crew members, including the driver, are allowed to work on the car. It's a tense time. Holland stays in his seat, anxious to get away. Let's watch. The tires are changed at last. A crewman polishes the windshield as Holland moves away just 67 seconds after he stops.
This is pretty amazing, right? Technology has been evolving exponentially over the years. For instance, we get to live in a time where the main taxi company does not even have cars, and the main hotel company in the world does not own properties. So this fourth industrial technological revolution, I'm sorry, it looks like it's playing again. Okay. Is all about the rapid changes and development surrounding technology and how different fields interact to co-build our own reality. So let's go through some interesting facts. In the future, there will be 90% fewer lawyers. It is said that there will only be specialists in certain topics, and artificial intelligence solution can already take up the rest of the job. This same artificial intelligence solution, which is IBM's Watson, can be of great help in medicine. At this time, life on average increases 3 months a year, and a few years ago, it used to be there used to be a 79 years life expectancy, and we are over 80 now. So also we have this very strong developments around mobility. So currently there is an accident every 100,000 kilometers, and it is expected that with autonomous driving it will go down to 1 accident for every 10 million kilometers. So you save a million lives a year, but what will happen to the car industry today and the insurance industry around it? So we have to start thinking about what occupations can be replaced by technology. Now, these new generation phones with 3D scanners are already in production, and we could even 3D scan our own feet and print the perfect shoes from home. So it is actually expected that many of the things that we will be using in the future will be 3D printed, and we already have human tissue being developed with this technology. So how is this going to affect us? We still don't know where these developments are going, and even if we know that science and technology move really fast, we are not keeping up the pace. So we don't know what these new generations will have as jobs, because 65% of what they will be doing does not exist yet. And employers cannot find the talent they need. And this is happening not only in our country, but all around the world. Our country is Mexico. And even when tech is everywhere, very little entrepreneurs are developing it. So it's almost all in the hand of large corporations. So this is why it's very important for the planet to have initiatives like MILSET that can bring the science and technology creation to young populations so that they can be building from now. No? And us women, we are not being represented in these fields of study. Our lack of skills around the jobs that have the greatest potential causes us to be the majority in the worst paid jobs. And sadly, the crisis from 2019 to 2021, which is the COVID-19, is bringing us a new context. So we had to rush into planning and inserting technological solutions to our day-to-day activities. The traditional enterprise is believed to have ended in 2020, and it was something we all experienced. So what does this mean to different aspects of our lives? The education sector has been transformed into hybrid schemes, and it's here to stay. However, many students are not going to be able to access such education, which widens gaps that already existed. And of course, we have been paying so much attention to the major world issues that must be addressed. This can open investment opportunities for social entrepreneurship. So I would return to saying that the activities that MILSET has are very important so that we can bring these new generations into these opportunities for the future. So we have innovation, we have technology, we are going back to considering nature, and we have to develop a complex, non-linear thinking because this will tend to be the basis of our new reality. So this is where we start to ask this question, this big question that is the title of this conference, which is if we are ready to compete against a robot. So this is where our world is standing, but are we ready for it? What skills do we require? Are we bringing our children, our students to solve these great challenges in a responsible way? How do we educate them? What skills will they require to successfully face the fourth industrial technological revolution? So what's the world's greatest bet? What's the answer for this? And well, it is to teach STEM. STEM is a global trend that promotes the teaching of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics as pillars for sustainable development and social well-being. Beyond grouping these subjects, STEM is a movement that deeply develops scientific and mathematical thinking with a focus on innovation. STEM also recognizes that creativity and the development of socio-emotional skills are key to promoting an involved and globally responsible citizenship. And that is why it encourages the interaction with other disciplines such as the arts, business, philosophy, or humanities. So we have different terminology such as STEAM, STEAM plus H, which is for humanities, STEM plus E, which is for entrepreneurship, among others. So STEM proposes the learning based on problem solving and develops future skills with a social and inclusive vision. So how does STEM achieve this? What does it propose? Well, generally speaking, we have a model that is about active learning, and this methodology seeks to solve challenges inserted in the 2030 agenda through a process of researching the problem, imagining a solution, materializing the solution, testing and improving it. It must use whatever resources and technology are available, and very importantly, apply science and mathematics rigorously, working in inclusive teams and shaping their solutions as an entrepreneurial project. So as you see, it's not about bringing this whole lot of technology around education. It's about using what we already have to create very innovative solutions. What results from this is the installation of STEM competencies that have been recognized by the World Economic Forum as the most relevant for innovation and the jobs of the future. And as you can see, these are essentially transversal skills: critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, communication, collaboration. And there are two that can be thought that are very technical skills, but there's also about this thought process and this building of the logic behind them. So we have data literacy, digital literacy, and computer sciences. And actually, STEM is thought to be a very important educational strategy, because it brings so much more than just science and technology closer to the students. So this methodology also impulses socio-emotional skills, which are essential when we are creating these citizens that we want in order to shape the future of our countries. And these skills are self-awareness, self-management, social conscience, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. So I hope that many of you in the audience can identify that you have both some or many of or all of the STEM competencies and also of the social-emotional skills, because that would mean that we are moving in the right direction, and of course that we are already conscious that this is what we would need for the new generations. So STEM competencies are quite coincidentally, but not by chance, the competencies required to successfully face the world of work of the 21st century, according to the World Economic Forum. And if we think about how education has evolved to cover and create all these competencies, we're going to compare what was happening around the first industrial revolution and what education it needed, and what is happening around the fourth industrial revolution and the education that we need right now. So nowadays, it's not enough to gather skills and knowledge. We need to develop a whole person, which includes emotional, intellectual, and social aspects. The educator used to be thought as an expert, and now we need someone who can facilitate learning processes and accompany the students throughout their education. It is no longer passive and factory-like, and we must be able to personalize learning, be active, and allow students to explore, because this will bring them closer to reality and closer to the learning that they can create themselves. And regarding the age associated with learning, we used to need only a few years of education to obtain a job, because all we needed was very very little preparation so that we could build, the workforce and the laborers for the industry that was happening over those years. And now we need to be learning throughout life and remain active, constantly building our own minds and our own capacities, and improving our chances for employability and escalating our employability status. So the teacher used to be seen as a person who knew more than anyone in the classroom, but now we know that anyone can share knowledge. And well, last but not least, and something that we have intensely been experiencing lately, learning can happen everywhere, and not only about devices, but also about who we are dealing with, who we are close to. And we require what is known now as learnability, which is the ability to learn how to learn. And so we can become competent and develop our own learning and career path. And then we will be on our way to compete with a robot. So how do we keep developing exponential technologies and even create new ones? Well, it's all about having this STEM education and creating these competencies. And of course, that the people that are here today and the young people that are around you or that are right now looking at the screen, we should always keep in mind that we need to be thinking of solving the most pressing challenges, and we can do it through these technologies. So because STEM wants you to think big and be the next billionaire, which does not mean necessarily being the next Jeff Bezos. Hopefully that would be so, but it's all about being the creator of the next social or environmental solution that will impact 1 billion people. But how do we get there? How do we start? And this is a great question. We could start anywhere. I mean, this education processes around STEM can be installed in every or any stage of education, but the best way to start is from early ages. Definitely, the earlier, the better. The skills that we acquire become the platform from which to build the next set of skills that we need in life. This has an effect on the person, but also if we manage to bring it into a whole education system, in time we will see improvements of different indicators countrywide. Because STEM invites us to be technological, humanitarian, innovative, futuristic, and definitely pro-gender. We have to be inclusive about STEM. And why should we include gender on this conversation? Not only because I am a woman and our team in Movimiento STEM is mostly made up by women, but because the most inclusive and diverse teams have proven to be the most productive. We cannot continue creating solutions leaving 50% of the world's population out of the game. And I would like to share a special message for parents of girls and for teachers also. I hope there are a few of them with us now, and that we can start reflecting on the future you want for your daughters. So we're going to play this video.
Who's my pretty girl? Sammy, sweetie, don't get your dress dirty.
Sam, honey, you don't want to mess with that. Let's put him down.
Samantha, this project has gotten out of control.
Whoa, hey, careful with that. Why don't you hand that to your brother?
Our words robots can have a huge impact. Isn't it time we told her she's pretty brilliant too? Encourage her love of science and technology and inspire her to change the world.
So, of course, this is something that gives us could give us enough information to be on a different conference, and of course, all this content around what STEM means for girls and for women. But as you can see, it's not only about what is happening in the school setting or out there in the world of work. There is also a lot to be done from home, from early ages, as we saw. And let's remember that we have a greater impact the earlier we start. So for any of you who are here and work with young students, it's the perfect time to do it. But as we said, not because we are not in that stage of life, we should stop thinking about installing STEM education. Any time is a good time. So our cause here in Movimiento STEM is to achieve STEM for everyone, leaving no one behind. So I hope you can join us to make this possible around the world. And I am thanking you for this special time that we shared. And of course, if you would like to follow us or join our cause, here is our information. And thank you very much.
I think it will be very useful for a lot of people who maybe don't know some important things about STEM education and what's going on in the world for the future. What are the perspectives for the future? Thank you very much. And well, I would like to tell you that we have a lot of countries connected, a lot of greetings in the several social media. We have people from Chile, Ecuador, Argentina, Germany, Switzerland, Cambodia, Kuwait, China, the USA, South Korea, Canada, Mexico, Italy, Belgium, and the United Kingdom watching us. So thank you very much. And I have some questions. Give me 1 second. I have some questions for you. The first question from the audience is, in your opinion, how can we involve more girls in robotics and STEM fields?
Okay, so one of the things that is most important about this is we have to make parents aware that being in a robotics class is not only about building a robot, it's about building these whole other competencies around STEM. As we saw, many of these are transversal and are going to help us in many other aspects of our life and of course of our education. It's about parents being aware, but it's also about schools having information around what can be done besides their educational efforts. So we have if the school has a chance to, of course, bring these initiatives, these robotics, these out-of-school programs, it is awesome, but sometimes it is not possible because it implies some budget. But they can make alliances and parents can search information and the school can bring information closer to parents. So it's all about teamwork and about finding what would be best for students to develop these competencies and to be interested in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Thank you very much, Laura. The next question is, which age do you consider that is the most productive to introduce kids in STEM?
Well, actually, as we said, the earlier we start, the better. And of course, there are some things that we can create from early ages, even before kids enter to a school system. It's not about, oh, come on, do this experiment with me. I mean, it could be done, but it's about installing this curiosity. And of course, this will this would make a way for them to try to find explanations for phenomena, and trying to maybe create something around them. It can be done, as I said, it's a model that shapes the way that you create solutions. So solutions can be created from any age, and of course, parents can accompany their children in this path. But the thing is, parents have to be let's say, educated around this, and need to have some information and the way of helping their children go through this. Because if parents themselves don't have the interest and don't think that they can join their children in this journey, it's very hard for the kids to really have this kind of approach to science or to curiosity, that really helps them build forward. Well, actually, we have we have programs directed to teachers, to youth, and to women, which are our main interest populations. Right now, we are the initiatives that are having like the most impact are the ones with teachers. For instance, we have our teacher training, which is about the educational model that we talked about. But we also have the National Teacher Prize, and actually the winner from last year became the top 10 teacher, one of the top 10 teachers from the Global Teacher Prize. So this means she's one of the world's greatest teachers there are, and we are inviting any teachers from the country that work with STEM subjects to be part of this award. It closes January the 23rd, if I may bring this commercial. But when we bring this teacher training to schools or to individual teachers that are interested in this, we have of course many good experiences around it. But the thing is, we help teachers transform what is going on in the classroom, because we're not bringing them content. We're bringing them a way to bring this content to their children, and something that is not very intrusive for the educational system. It's only about giving kids this very focused and this very impactful learning experience.
Thank you very much. And the last question is, which methodology do you recommend, or Movimiento STEM recommend, to involve youth in STEM topics?
Well, there are many methodologies around this. We use a methodology from Global STEM Alliance, and the competencies that we promote are the ones that they installed when STEM education was being theorized and being theorized and being kind of studied. So Global STEM Alliance was one of the first institutions that made this, it used to be about thinking of these subjects on how to unite them, but then it became important to create a whole model around them. So Global STEM Alliance was one of the first ones that created a model. So that's the one that we've been using. Of course, we haven't reached it with many of the things that we've that we complement because our culture, of course, needs some special features around these methodologies. But there are many others. It's all about bringing active learning and bringing new ways of interesting kids and youth in science, and of course bringing some technology near them. And some of the things that STEM education promotes is that the schools can have connections with different, maybe research centers, maybe companies, so that the students can have a closer look at what is going on beyond their school and around STEM.
Thank you very much. And well, now I would like to give a very big thanks to all the MILSET World Virtual Summit participants who registered to this conference, especially to Stefan, because Stefan has been all the time with us. Yes, I'm talking about you, Stefan, from Eureka Foundation in Bulgaria. So I don't know if you would like to ask something, Stefan, to the speaker. Open your mic and ask something.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to express my very positive impression of this talk. Thank you very much. It was really interesting. And perhaps I would like to ask, because this is always very interesting for everyone, what are the main factors actually from the perspective of your organization, perhaps, for not having that many girls involved into the STEM activities and so on? Is it somehow related to some stereotypes of the societies, or there are also some other more deeper factors that influence this in the past? Of course, nowadays we are getting better and we are involving more and more girls and ladies, young ladies, into that, but still the rate is relatively slow. So what is your opinion from your organization's perspective? Thank you.
Thank you, Stefan. Well, what a great question. Something that we are really interested on is bringing girls closer to STEM. And of course, this is about creating a whole path from education up to the world of work and help them become leaders in these areas. So what is going on around this is that there are, of course, stereotypes. It is thought that around 3 years old, girls start to see men as more capable, and about 6 years old, they are already seeing STEM as something that is far away from them, because they are already considering themselves as not being able to reach certain abilities. And by 10 years old, they are already afraid to share their opinion. So this, there are like certain stages in which we see that girls lose interest in these subjects, but because there's a whole culture around who the woman is and what the woman should be doing in our society. So it's still around stereotypes, and about 30% of women are this is around the world. Of course, countries have like some more, and countries, this is about averages. So around the world, it's around 30% of women being in STEM careers or being researchers. if you don't see it with a gender perspective, it doesn't look that bad. It's 30. It's really close to 50. I mean, it couldn't look. It could be looking. Not so important. But the thing is, we should be reaching 50. I mean, in some countries there are many more women than men, and we should be taking advantage of that talent. And of course, the best way to bring girls into STEM is to make some specific programs so that girls get interested in STEM. We can bring them role models. We can take them to some STEM experiences. And one of the comments that we've encountered is. Men saying, why are you making a special program for them? You are discriminating us. So it's like, it's not fully understood what it means, in the whole world, what it means for the whole world, for countries, to not have women in these areas that are the ones that are developing faster, are the ones that are going to give more employment, and are the ones that are that have the best salaries. So it's about society realizing where they are standing and what could be done to help them become, to have like equal conditions and equal opportunities to be part of these careers of the future and these leadership positions.
Thank you very much.
Everybody who is watching, well, I invite you to continue checking the program of the World Virtual Summit 2021. You can check summit.milset.org website. There you can find the conference workshops that we have left. And for MILSET members, don't forget to join the round tables. Thank you very much. I have a final comment. Yeah, well, thank you to all the countries, to also Chile, Ecuador, Argentina, who are joining this conference, Germany, Switzerland, Cambodia, the USA, South Korea, Canada, Mexico, Italy, Belgium, UK. Thank you to everybody for watching, and don't miss the opportunity to watch all the conference. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.